This is my granddaddy at about age 3. I doubt his parents ever suspected that during his lifetime he would make accurate predictions about one of our planets, about sending people to the moon, about black holes in space, and about a common over-the-counter drug, all of which have come true. Granddaddy was born in 1884, and his name was George Calvin Coble Herritage. I remember Granddaddy saying, now keep in mind that this was the mid-1960s, that one day aspirin would be recognized as being a miracle drug. Aspirin? A miracle drug? But it's just aspirin. Sure enough, in the 1990s, the American College of Physicians recommended that aspirin be used for preventing heart attacks in people over the age of 50. Now, of course, aspirin has been around for thousands of years, and its claim to fame has come and gone over the centuries. I think Granddaddy was just paying attention to a lot of things that, at the time, many of us were not. The Apollo space program had begun in 1961, and the word astronaut had become a regular part of everyday language. What made it even better was the fact that Granddaddy shared my fascination and firmly believed that one day we were going to send people to the moon. It made for great breakfast conversation. I think the reason Granddaddy loved to come visit was because he knew he could discuss going to the moon without hearing one of his buddies say, "Now, George Calvin, you don't really believe they're going to send a man to the moon, do ya? That's just crazy." In the 1960s, I was learning in school that there were 9 planets in our solar system. However, my granddaddy said that Pluto ought not to be classified as a planet due to its small size and inclined plane. Mom said it was best not to bring that up in school. I was also not to mention Granddaddy's black holes in space or the possibility that intelligent life existed on other planets. It just wasn't discussed. But the moon was right there in my backyard, and I could almost touch it. And in 1962, President Kennedy had said on TV that we would put a man on the moon before the end of the decade.
On this platform. But it will be done, and it will be done before the end of this decade. And I am delighted that this university is playing a part in putting a man on the moon as part of a great national effort of the United States of America.
Granddaddy Herritage passed away in April of 1968, just shy of his 84th birthday. He was laid to rest beside Grandma in the cemetery across the street from the church. He never got to see the Apollo space program put a man on the moon. But I did. On July 20th, 1969, the Apollo 11 mission, comprised of Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, landed on the moon. I looked up at the ceiling and said, "Granddaddy, you were right. They did it!" As time goes by, I've learned there should be no topic we cannot discuss. We may not agree with it, but we can always discuss it. That's where learning begins. And that's the philosophy embraced by this channel. Thank you for watching.